welcome to the 9th graduation ceremony of this great institution, IHTI. And the board of directors present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and graduating students, good afternoon. I have great pleasure in welcoming you all to this ceremony. On the onset, I wish to start off by citing a quote by one Ari Pevonkis, who said, "Graduation is only a concept. In real life, every day you graduate. Graduation is a process that goes on until the last day of your life. And if you can grasp that, you'll have made a difference."
Let's pray. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Let's bow down for a word of prayer. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Father. Thanks for bringing us here for this event. We pray for our guests and everybody as well, for those graduates, them and their parents. We pray that this event will be fruitful, that cover this event with the blood of Jesus Christ. Whatever we do, Father, I know that at the end of the day, we'll have a testimony that you have made it. Pray this prayer, trusting, believing in Jesus' name, pray and believe.
Thank you very much. So as you settle down, I think it's time to relax. So let me, ladies and gentlemen, set the entertainment program in motion. I invite the entertainment group to come to the stage.
Kalungo,
Thank you very much, our dear students. Now let's get to some serious business. And I'd like to invite the principal, Mwalimu Duda, to come and present his report, and thereafter invite the chairman, board of directors, IHTI, to come also and make his remarks. Thank you.
Our guest of honor, Mr. James Ratos, Group General Manager, Sun Africa Hotels Limited, the founder of IHTI, Ambassador Mwakai Sio, board members of IHTI present, chairman of the council, His Excellency Mr. Charles Kutwa, members of the council present, representatives of the hospitality industry, alumni members of IHTI, graduating students, parents and sponsors, staff, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This occasion is the 9th since IHTI began its graduation ceremonies. The occasion focuses on the graduates, and I would not like to rob them by giving a long speech. Far from it. I would rather give them the last lesson in PPDP from the principal. The theme of this lecture, therefore, is, what do you have in your hand? Those of you who are a bit spiritual will recognize that one day, a young man who was in his early 40s was asked by God that question. The young man, whose name was Moses, was carrying a stick. You see, Moses previously was in State House, Cairo. His training was basically in warfare and administration. But one day he murdered someone, and for the sake of his own life, he had to flee. He met a family in the wilderness, and none of those members of that family were his relatives. He had no father or mother to support him in that environment. The only job available to him was that of a shepherd, and he did not refuse the job. He did not lecture his new employer that he was a graduate of administration and strategy. Instead, he took the job, and even though he had no experience, he went on with that job. And the truth is, he had to learn on the job. In academia, we call it on-the-job training. One of the things he learned was that in the wilderness, you carry a stick. That was the only thing available to him, the stick. He carried his stick every day, and it became his routine. He got used to the stick. The testimony we have is that he did a very good job shepherding the flock, and his employer was so pleased with his performance and promoted him into becoming a husband, the wife being one of his own daughters. You see, Moses did not complain, saying he did not have training in shepherding. Instead, he changed his attitude to respond to the challenges of the job at hand. The stick became a useful tool in his new job. He had no idea that that lousy stick would one day become a mighty weapon in his hands. He simply did not understand the value of the stick he was carrying, or if he did, he took it for granted. With a little teaching from God, Moses knew how to apply innovation, creativity, and technology to the stick. He observed that the stick could perform much more than he had ever understood. After he was shown how to use the stick, read graduation. The story goes that Moses had to run away from his own stick, because that stick would later deliver a whole nation from captivity. And here is the moral. Each one of you today has something in your hand. Never forget that. Do not ignore what you have, irrespective of what people say. Carry the right attitude, and do not look down on the job or salary you have been offered. Concentrate and always give it your best shot. Always, therefore, carry your stick. Think of new ways that you can apply to the stick. You may be called upon to save a whole establishment and families that do not have the stick. You see, creativity, technology, and innovation that come around that stick brought bewilderment and even created confusion in the enemy territory. Do not only carry the stick. Consider what creativity, technology, and innovation you can bring to that stick. Today, as you graduate, I am sure that you are looking at joining the labor market full of aspirations and hope. Please do not forget to carry the stick. Do not forget, for every Moses, there is always a Pharaoh to work against your expectations. In such circumstances, always remember, you have the stick. When you are aiming for the stars and you have not even been inside an airport, always remember, you have the stick. When the oppression appears unbearable, always remember the stick. When you are expecting a pat on the back and probably a letter of appreciation, but instead you received a rebuke, always remember the stick. And when you want to cross to new frontiers, but the waters are raging, always remember the stick. The stick which is ignored by many is the same stick that will set you on the path of success. Always remember the stick. Our guest of honor, allow me to make mention of the tremendous support that IHTI continues to receive from the industry. By now, the industry is aware that every 4 months, we approach the same to request for positions of internships. In the average, every 4 months, we have 120 students who look for various positions in the industry to do their internships. So far, the institute has been receiving enough places for internships. Recently, our guest of honor, one of our students who was interning at a 5-star property was given a unique opportunity to wait on Theresa May, the Prime Minister of Britain. Both the Prime Minister and the hotel were amazed at the courage and quality of service given by that student. You see, the student carried the stick. For your information, that student is among those graduating here today. Opportunities like these build confidence in the students and provide opportunities to students to showcase their sticks. Once again, thank you, industry. I continue to plead with industry to provide employment opportunities to these young men and women. And touching the ones from from IHTI, it was deliberate because the principal of Utali is actually here. And he carries the stick. But I'm saying, in case any of you would like to employ any of our graduates, kindly let me know. I usually do not hide my telephone number. I will give it to you, and I will give you the one who is carrying the stick. Now, dear graduates, as you now embark on your journey to the promised land, may God of heaven and earth guide, protect, and bless all your ways. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to invite the chairman of the council, His Excellency Charles Kutwa, to come forward and deliver his remarks, and thereafter invite our Ambassador Mwakai Sio. He will come with the stick.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon again. Nice to see a smile on your face. We are in a celebration. Today is another milestone for IHTI. 14 years ago, Ambassador Mwakai Sio initiated and started the International Hotel and Tourism Institute with only 4 students. Later, as Ambassador Sio was appointed to Spain as Kenya's first ambassador, he left me to chair the board that was overseeing the institute. In that capacity, I have witnessed the rapid strides that the institute has made to what it is today. Little was known about the institute. Today, the institute is increasingly becoming a household name. In fact, it associates with a high standard of training. I must say that I am more humbled as the institute continues to soar into success story. 103 students are graduating today. This is not a mean achievement after 14 years. The graduates from IHTI continues to make their contribution into very demanding industry with very encouraging performance. I dare make an appeal to the industry representative here today to continue giving the support to the institute by availing internship, which the principal mentioned about, guest lectures, and employing the students, giving them employment opportunities. As the chairman of the council of this institute, I am humbled to being accorded the honor to oversee this contribution. To our students, and indeed the parents, let me quickly acknowledge your steadfast support for the institute and its graduates. I have noted the involvement of parents in ensuring that their children remain on course. This commitment is key to assuring that well-rounded professionals are graduated, like the one coming out today, 133. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to all our invited guests, especially industry executive present in this occasion. Thank you for honoring us with your presence today. To those graduating today, I wish to say, hongera sana. I am sure that by now you have also realized that success is not instant. It must be earned through hard work. It calls for discipline, determination, patience, readiness to make sacrifices. I wish each one of you a success as you join the industry. And don't forget your stick. Once again, thank you, and God bless you all. At this juncture, I have the privilege to invite the founder of this institute, Ambassador Mwakai Sio. Welcome.
you, and you please stand up so that we recognize you. Mr. Ravi Gabria he's the training manager of Sarova Hotels. Sarova have always been very, very strong supporters, giving us internships, jobs, etc. Next is Ambassador and Mheshimiwa Chirao Ali Mokwere. He's a former ambassador and former cabinet minister, so ni Mheshimiwa. Next is Lea Nganga. Lea is representing the chief executive of the Hotel Keepers Association. The Hotel Keepers, we are members of the association, and they are very, very strong supporters of IHTI. I'll come to the sixth gentleman, Hashim. You know, I can afford to call him like that, Hashim Mohammed. The reason I can afford to do that is that he was my student. He was my student at Kenya Utalii College from 1994, correct, to 1998. And now he's a high flyer. He's now the principal of Kenya Utalii College. Olympia. From Nobatic. Thank you very much. And then Faith from NAS. NAS has been a strong supporter of our institute. Thank you, Faith, for joining us. David Koskei. Koskei is from food and he's from Western Hotel, Weston. Another strong supporter. They take our graduates all the time. And then Teresa Kahata. She is a very important person to the institute. She's our banker. She's our bank manager at I&M Bank. Very, very supportive indeed. Thank you, Teresa, for joining us. And the lady is, sorry, I don't have your name. Kalpa. Kalpa is from, yes, Raka, yes. Now I remember you. Forget my bad memory. And then the gentleman, Sir Vincent, from which company? Kenneth. Thank you, another supporter of ours. Riv Jiwani with Go Places. They publish this very fantastic magazine, and they give us a lot of publicity. Thanks, Rev, for joining us. I think the last one does not need any introduction. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are people I skipped in the introduction deliberately because I wanted to take the opportunity to make a little announcement about changes we are making in the Institute. For any organization to grow, you have to be thinking on your feet all the time and growing. You were told by the principal earlier on that in May 2005, when we opened our doors, we had 4 students. Now, Mr. Duda, how many do we have? 280 students. Now we have 280 students. So, obviously, a lot has changed, and with those changes, we also have to take the initiative and initiate even further changes. So, we are in the process of recapitalizing the company. And in that process, because we have to approach people for support, there are also changes we have to make in the organizational setup. So what has happened is the board, which has hitherto been in existence has more or less been split into two. We have a board of directors, we have a board of directors and a council. And I'll take the opportunity now to introduce the members of the council, first of all. One of them already addressed you. That's Mr. Charles Kutwa. Charles? And we have Betty Makawiti, very resourceful lady in the back. And let me see, we have Mrs. Rose Mokwere. Then we have Mr. Chris Chepkoit, Mrs. Sio. Sonja, yes. She didn't expect it. Mr. Festus Boli and Chao Sio. The council will handle mainly oversight of the management on operational issues, marketing, human resources, and so forth. Then the board of directors will focus more on financial, legal, strategic issues. And in the board, let me introduce the members of the board. I'll start with the gentleman there, Mr. Pedro Thomas Delgado. In addition, we have Mshila Sio. Where is Mshila? Okay. Seba Sio is not here. She'll join us, I hope, later. She's an expert in fundraising, so that's why she's also on the board. Okay. So those are the introductions. I want to thank you very much, our guests, for joining us for this occasion. And I want to take the opportunity also to thank all the parents and all other invited guests. If I forgot anybody, please forgive me, for joining us for this ceremony. Particular gratitude to the parents of our students. Thanks for your support. Without the confidence that you had in IHTI, we would not be where we are today. So thank you, tunashukuru sana. Finally, before I invite the guest of honor, to resume my remarks, I was saying how grateful we are to the parents for entrusting us with the training of your sons and daughters. We look forward to working together, and I think the sky is the limit for these young men and women. Finally, let me take the opportunity to introduce our chief guest today. I can assure you he's a gentleman who carries the stick. James was another former student of mine. He was at Kenya Utalii College in 1991, and he graduated in 1995. He joined in 1991, graduated in 1995. And then he started his career in the industry. He joined Block Hotels, where he worked for a number of years. I think to 7 years. He rose from the position of assistant F&B manager all the way to the position of assistant to the deputy general manager of Block Hotels. So that was quite a rise within 7 years. In 2002, he went a bit international. He joined the Sheraton Hotel in Kampala, which is a very, very good hotel. I've been there, I know it very well. And he worked there in various positions for 13 years before joining Enashipai Resort and Spa, which is a really high-class hotel, if you know it, in Naivasha. That was in 2014. 1.5 years later, he returned to Uganda to join the Marasa group as the general manager for the Chobe Safari Lodge. In June this year, he came back on appointment as the group general manager of the Sun Africa group of hotels. The Sun Africa is an establishment with 6 hotels around the country, from the coast, Nairobi, and the lodges and so forth. Among the accolades that James has is that he was the president of the Skull Club of Kampala for a period of 3 years. And he was a very strong member of the Shane de Reutiswa. So James, from that short CV, you can see he carries the stick. And he's a flyer, he's a high flyer, he's an eagle. You'll see later why I'm talking about him being an eagle. James, it's an honor to have you with us, and I'd like to take the opportunity now to invite you to present your remarks. Thank you.
Chairman of the Board, Mr. Pedro Thomas Delgado, founder of IHTI, Ambassador Mwakai Sio, Chairman of the Council, Mr. Charles Kutwa, other directors and members of the Council of IHTI present, members of the hospitality industry present, IHTI alumni, Principal of IHTI, Mr. Thomas Duda, staff, parents, graduating students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to address you on this special day. A graduation is a very special occasion, a time for celebration, of contemplating a new chapter and opening a door onto the world of work and all the joys and responsibility that goes with it. It's really a big day, a day of celebration. Today, you've taken me back 16 years. I remember this year very, very fondly. So I'm very, very happy to be here and to be part of the graduating students. To the graduates, I say, welcome to the hospitality industry, an industry rich in its depth and breadth, covering the whole range from the travel trade, air, sea, and ground, hotels, restaurants, bars, cruise ships, airlines, theme parks, and entertainment. It's a great pleasure for me to share a few thoughts with you on the topic that's close to my heart. I chose the theme, Kenya and the Future Hospitality Industry Professional, and share with you my thoughts on the same today. My choice comes in the context of the incredible technological developments of the past decade and the dynamism of our industry. The hospitality industry in Kenya and internationally is definitely growing. Its environmental landscape is changing every day. New developments as well as new challenges are emerging every day. To give you a few examples, consider the following. In the 2017 PwC report, Kenya has seen the increase in number of properties lining up for the space of the market, with an expected 1,800 rooms added to the market over the next 2 years. 1,800 rooms. That shows you how fast this industry is growing in Kenya. Over the 5 years focus by PwC, 13 hotels with 2,600 rooms will enter the market, accounting for a 14% increase in the hotel capacity. So within the next 5 years, you can imagine the growth and the demand of our industry. This increase will not only come with the latest in technology, it will create need for a highly skilled employee to service the most discerning customer. The customer profile is also changing rapidly. It will be the responsibility of the employee to respond to this change in customer profile and not the other way around. We have to adopt to what the customer wants. Just to consider the following technological landscape. Just a few years ago, security was not a major factor in our country. Today, it's a critical management concern. You will see everywhere you go, before clients, tour operators, before they book our hotels, one of the key things they look at is how secure is the hotel. Some years ago, when we went in any hotel, we would walk in freely. Today, you can't walk in freely. You have to go through a thorough security check. But it's not that the hotel wants it, it's what the customer is demanding as well. So security is very key. Another change in the requirements, they are trying out edible plates and crockery for use in flights and other areas of catering. When you go in planes today, it's unless you're traveling business class, you'll find in the past we had stainless steel knives and plates. Today everything is plastic. And now we are moving ahead and we are trying out edible plates. So we give it to you and you don't give it back to us. You've heard of driverless cars are now appearing in the market. And it's predicted that there will be many cities in America and Europe and eventually Africa in the next 5 years will be having driverless cars. It's coming. The world is now looking at space tourism. You hear people planning to go for tourism to the moon and outer space. So the customer is changing, demands are changing, and we have to change with it. What does this rapidly changing landscape mean to the future of professionalism in our industry? What skills will be required? Are current technical skills enough? What attitudes will be required? Who and how will those attitudes be identified and shaped? Are current soft skills enough? Is a smile enough? It means the future hospitality professional must constantly keep abreast with new developments in all fields and strive to acquire a fresh set of knowledge, skills, and attitudes. In this regard, hotel schools have a great challenge. Mr. Duda, you have a very great challenge. They will be expected by the industry to bring into the labor market graduates whose skills meet not just the demands of the day, but the demands of the future. The hotel school of the future must be research-oriented, be technologically up-to-date, and nurture a culture of thirst for new knowledge amongst its staff and students. Accordingly, teaching staff must be people who lead from the front and by example, and at the same time open to ideas from their students and be ready to be challenged by them. They must be constantly in touch with the industry and share information on emerging trends in the field. Chairman, directors, and principal, allow me to provide some insights on how you can prepare work-ready graduates. Develop in each course of study modules that require creativity and crucial thinking. Blend this with research that is relevant and that provides practical solutions to identified challenges. Garnish with real-life experiences such as experiential learning. Top up with practical experiences for your staff. Create a business environment, and finish with a reward scheme that draws the very best from each student. Graduates who, in addition to contemporary technical knowledge, skills, and attitudes, possess a thirst for fresh information, will no doubt find an industry that competes for them rather than graduates competing for jobs. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of scope in our industry, and I'm very happy we are one industry which is growing and providing opportunities. If I tell you where I came from in Uganda, where we can work freely, there's so much demand, as in Kenya, for professional students. Professional staff in the industry, there's a very big demand for professional. One mistake that many people make, okay, it's important, but as young graduates, my advice to you is please think of being professional more than thinking about money. Money will come, I promise. But when you're professional, it makes life so much easier. Your demand grows in the industry, and you find people looking for you. We are always shopping around, hotels are opening, and you find professionals going to, the word we say is poach. In our industry, there's a lot of poaching of staff. So it's a very bright industry. You have chosen the right industry, and it's an industry, if you want to be successful, you have to love your job. This is one industry you have to do it with a lot of passion and not for the sake of doing it. If you try doing it for the sake of just doing it, you're in the wrong place. If you do it with passion, the sky is the limit. You will go to such heights you can't imagine. And it's a very well-paying industry when you reach where you want to go. So I'm very happy, and for you, you have chosen the right career. Please do it with a lot of passion and carry the stick. Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, in the context of these remarks, allow me to express my sincere admiration to the IHTI and their staff for realizing this and trying to impact the same on their students. So congratulations, Ambassador CEO, Mr. Duda. You're doing a great job. I must congratulate you. I can say this with a lot of confidence because we see the performance of IHTI students and graduates in the field during internships and even when they take up employment. The industry has taken good note of the quality of the graduates of IHTI and will not hesitate to give priority to them when it comes to employment, whether in internships or full-time. And let me congratulate Ambassador CEO, who was my lecturer during my days as a student at Kenya Utalii College, and his very able team of professionals. I have seen quite a number of my lecturers. I was so happy to see Madam Makawiti there, Mr. Duda, even Tony Mwiruri. I was a student when they were working in Kenya Utalii College, so I'm very proud to be here today and to have studied under you. I would like to remind everyone present here today that the hospitality industry considers your institute as a promising center of excellence in the field of hospitality. I have no doubt that this institution is on the right track to build on its excellent reputation as a truly tested center of knowledge in this region. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been invited to officiate the graduation ceremony of IHTI today. My primary mission is to the graduating students who I owe a word of advice again. My message is simple. The industry demands employees who have outstanding technical and soft skills, those that are properly and well groomed, garnished with a flair of service excellence, and stirred in a stew of politeness and respect. As I mentioned at the beginning of my speech, investors in the industry are coming, jobs are being created, there is high unemployment in Kenya. Therefore, when jobs come by, there's high competition. Getting the job may be the easy part. Retaining the same is completely a different ballgame. As graduates, you must fit into what the industry wants and not the other way around. And finally, let me welcome you to the Worlds, and may the best win. I salute your success and wish you the very best in your journey of life. Thank you.
Graduating students, you have heard it. It's all on you. Shortly, you shall be receiving your tools of trade, the stick, and ready to approach the industry. So now, may I call upon the principal to come and indeed give you the symbol of your career, the stick. Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Mururi, I'm not the principal, but the Dean of Studies. So I will invite the principal, accompanied with the Ambassador CEO, the guest of honor, Mr. James Ratus, to present the diplomas and certificates that we're conferring today on our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, as we slowly get prepared for that, I would like to make some few remarks with your permission, Mr. Principal. I would like to recognize the presence of Betty Wanjiku from Global Management HR Services. Betty, if you could please. Betty is a new associate of IHTI, and she has been partnering with us to try and make it possible for our students to enter the job market with a little bit more ease. Last but not least, I would like to recognize the presence of our Mama Nomzamo, our own Winnie Mandela. Madam Lynette Kisuvi, I would like to recognize you today. Ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, that is our former Dean of Studies, my predecessor. I would like to recognize her for setting standards at IHTI and making sure that her successor would have all the information he or she needed in meticulous detail. Up to today, ladies and gentlemen, let me mention that I have never called Lynette to ask her a question that was already handed over to me. So I must thank you, Lynette, for a job well done. Karibu sana. Without further ado, I would like now, with your permission, our guest of honor, Mr. James Ratus, sir. I am pleased to present the class of 2018. This year marks a considerable milestone in the development of IHTI. We are now a multi-international curricular institution offering both American and British hospitality programs concurrently. On this 9th graduation ceremony, we confer 71 higher national diplomas in international culinary arts, 19 higher national diplomas in hospitality management, and 11 certificates in food and beverage operations. I now call upon the Head of Department Food and Beverage Service, Mr. Reginald Kangede, to present the graduates for conferment of the certificate in food and beverage operations.
Sorry. Mr. James Latos, our guest of honor, sir, the following graduates have successfully completed a full-time course in food and beverage operation and have satisfactorily fulfilled the requirements for the award of certificate in food and beverage operations. Nicholas Muriuki Macharia. Risa Cherotich. Benjamin Arunya Ufula. Daisy Shemkemoi Terrell, graduating in absentia. Richard Jenga Joya. Timothy Mbudia Mwirigi. Neri Achieng Ndiemo. Amina Rajab Ali. Maina Janet Wangui. Cecilia Nyambura Mburu. Joy Raura, graduating in absentia. And finally, Lynette Fanny Osara. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mwalimu. It is now my pleasure to call one of the most influential staff members in IHTI, Chef Jimmy, to present the graduates for their conferment of the Higher Nationals Diploma in International Culinary Arts.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. James Ratos, our guest of honor, sir. The following graduates have successfully completed a full-time course in culinary arts and have satisfactorily fulfilled the requirement for the award of Higher National Diploma in Culinary Arts. Cynthia Grace Wanjikundungu. Alvin Yongo Kamau. Eric Odhiambo Ochieng. Dennis Mwendo Andinda. Elshaba Nyambura. Christopher Onsumo. Regina Adhiambo Mboya. Victor Kevin Okoth Wombo. Russell Awili Cooper. Deborah Chepchumba Yego. Victor Makori Ombati. Maureen Kanini Kialo. Sharon Anyango Mboya. Caroline Nduta Kariuki. Keith Amudavu in absentia. Mariam Said in absentia. Rumaisa Timimi. Penina Kanini Gitau. Brenda Afande. Victoria Nyakio. Sami Muraya. Nelly Tandi. Humphrey Njunge. Rofas in absentia. Nigel Nicholas, Maslin Akoth Radet, Fiona Kanana Kirimi, Moffat Munene Mureithi, Felix Karanja Nganga, Susan Nalisi, Philip Agagliate, Anthony Mura Karu, James Njau, Samuel Mbugua, Eugene Otieno in absentia, Fidel Ochieng, Kennedy Dunga, Michelle Nkadha, Halima Mohamed Omar, Chanel Njeri, Peter in absentia, Kevin Kihungi, Caroline Njeri Ngugi, Jason Samuel Mutungi Mwangi, Nita Kabura, Zorin Owino Maende, Diana Ngai in absentia, Fred Mwakale, Warren Igalia Otolo, Lindsay Nosim Neema, John Masharia, Jacqueline Wanjiku Muigai, Winnie Wangui Nyambura, Jonas Mchawia in absentia, Zuni Alexander, Maximilian Irene Mungai, Afra Kadim, Moses Mulwa, Sharon Talu, Joy Mtange, James Mumba, Ben Irungu Mwangi, Janet Nyambura, Tevin Mudhui, Betty Makena Karimi, Evans Alibista, Zipora Mtiamba in absentia, Nawal Bakti in absentia, Michelle Semo, Edward Mwangi, and finally, Francis Mbadha.
Thank you, Chef. Last but not least, I now call upon the head of department and also our administration manager, Mrs. Edith Mutai Koech, to present the graduates for the conferment of the Higher National Diploma in Hospitality Management.
Mr. James Ratos, our guest of honor, sir, the following graduates have successfully completed a full-time course in hospitality management and have satisfactorily fulfilled the requirements for the award of a Higher National Diploma in Hospitality Management. Repalin Wefuko, Valentine Wanjoki, graduating in absentia, Vanessa Njeri Mushene, Natalie Wamboi Mwiruri, Paul Lubia Makoa, Maureen Mumbua Wamboi, Joyce Wairimu Nganga, Lona Jerotich Tarus, Jane Mudhoni Njoki, Alberta Sophie Liboi, John Pascal Makunja, Felista Okombo, King Daniel Mwashigadi, Michael Kimani Gashir. Those graduating in absentia are Titilope Olajide, Anthony Siona, Salome Munania Mtuku, Janita Lakan Patel, and Nasra Cherop. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mwalimu. Ladies and gentlemen, my closing remarks. Over to you first to the graduates. Like Mr. Duda has reiterated, carry the stick, have your honor, your dignity, and we will be watching to help you further your goals and achieve your dreams. Parents, I would like to give you an assurance. As Mr. James Ratos rightfully mentioned, our institution is now embarking on a multifaceted assessment of our students. We will now assess our students on the basis of their academic achievement, but we are now also including their character assessment as part of their final assessment grades to be able to match these students to the right positions that they aspire to be in the future. And as Mr. Duda rightfully mentioned, they need the stick. So allow me to mention the members of staff who actually take them to the forest to get these sticks. I'll start with Madam Edith Koech, our administration manager. Thank you, Mwalimu, for guiding hospitality management. Ms. Nancy Wakarindi, thank you for your able business analysis and always being there as a second opinion to management. Margaret Githi, our most dominant person in the institution. She's always vibrant. Maggie, thank you for organizing our graduation and making it so colorful. Chef Jimmy, I can't say it enough. Thank you. Mr. Kangede, thank you very much for being there. Mr. Mkoji, thank you for always being there to give us some books. Mr. Dan Opio, wherever you are, thank you, Mwalimu. Chef Masha, the mom. Chef Donald, thank you very much, Mwalimu. Chef Emanuela, thank you. Madam Mudure, thank you, Mwalimu. Madam Emily, wherever you are, thank you. Mrs. Edith Ojuang, thank you, Mwalimu. Ms. Fenetta Award for organizing entertainment. Thank you, Mwalimu. Mr. Frederick Ndisi, who has always been our... Mr. Ndisi has always been there for you in terms of front office management. He might not be there today. Thank you, Mwalimu, wherever you are. Mr. John Kabuta, our Spanish lecturer. Thank you, Mwalimu. In administration, Christine, thank you. Madam Deborah, thank you. Nuru in marketing, thank you for always watching over us. Jennifer Mutua, thank you. Miss Nancy Wanyoike, asante sana. Madaga Agneta, the academic secretary, asante sana. Mr. Mshenga, always there to give us some supplies. Mr. Cosmas Tindi, I know we stress you with transport and being in the right place at the right time. Asante. Mr. Joel Kitu, thank you very much. Our support staff, Vincent Mayo, thank you. Mr. Ezekiel, asante sana. And last but not least, Mr. Kevin Nyongesa, asante. Ladies and gentlemen, It's already a beautiful afternoon. Allow me to make those closing remarks. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Graduating students, congratulations. The support team, thank you very much. But in any environment, there are those who stand out just a bit, isn't it? And I think at times it's very important that we appreciate them. So at this moment, we are going to recognize those who have been outstanding amongst the graduating students. Madla.
At this point, I need to put on my glasses and remind you that during the introduction, our director introduced a banker, and now there are two bankers. It's important for them to be in this session because some of the awards that the students are going to receive may require banking. And I'm told 4GS is also in the building. Our guest of honor, I kindly request you to come and help us recognize and award the students who have excelled with the stick. The principal, International Hotel and Tourism Institute, recognized that one of the students was best overall in the academic performance. And the principal bought an award for him, for which I will ask Mr. Arnold Opande, our Dean of Studies, to stand with our guest of honor to give this award. This award goes with a takeaway. There is a perpetual award and a takeaway gift. And the award goes to Victory Nyakio Nganga. Victory! Victory! Run, run, run! And before she goes out of the stage, the doormans supported the principal and would like also to reward Victory with a hamper assisted by our administration manager, Edith Mutai Koech. Give a big hand to Nyakio. Take pictures quickly. If she needs help, let a younger man assist in carrying that gift. I also noticed that the parents are around, so do not be scared. Sarova Hotels and Resorts. Sarova Hotels, Resorts and Game Lodges offered an award to the graduate with the best overall professional attitude. The group training manager, Mr. Ravi Gabria, is here to present that award to the most deserving graduate. I think this one also may require contact with the bank. The winner, and when I mention your name, run. The winner, John Pascal Makunja. Thank you. Thank you. Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers. Join IHTI to give the KHC Excellence Award to the best overall H&D International Hotel Management student. We call upon Dr. Leah Nganga to come and assist our guest of honor to give this award. The award goes to Valentine Njoki. Valentine Njoki. Where are you, Valentine? Run. Lest I give it to another one. Okay, I will ask the Dean, Arnold Opande, to come and take away this award on behalf of Valentine Njoki. And before you go, this is a very unique student with a very unique award because Kenya Utalii College was watching and also decided to support the association by giving this particular student yet another award. I would like to call upon the principal, Mr. Hashim Mohammed, to assist in giving this award, Kenya Utalii College Award, to this student. Again, Mr. Opande, come and pick it for him, for her. The one of Utalii College, in case she has issues, she can see me. It's a very nice award, I know. The International School of Hotel Management, La Roche, Switzerland, was also keeping a close tab on the performance of our student. And they give away an award. I kindly request Mrs. Wanjala Sio to help us to give this award, which goes to the H&D International Hotel Management student with the best leadership qualities. This student, her name, and when you hear it, run. Her name is Albatra Sophie Liboy. Albatra Sophie Liboy. Albatra Sophie. For those who do not know, this is Albatra. And the mother is somewhere there, I know. Just look at the way she smiles. You will understand why she has won this gift.
And then bank will open an account for the best student.
Hear this. Dormans also would like to reward the student with the best leadership qualities. And so I call again Albatra Sophie Liboy to come and receive a gift, and Nancy Wakarindi will help in giving the gift, the hamper. The Doman's hamper. I have a big announcement which has just come in now, and I'm a little bit jealous. The I&M Bank will open an account for this student who has the best leadership qualities, and the initial opening deposit is not on this student, it is on the bank. We must give a clap to these people. She's shedding some tears. I thought she wanted to ask me, where is the bank manager? But I will talk to you. Nomadic tents are not left behind. They have been watching over our students for the last 1 year. Mrs. Olympia Kiplagat, who is director of Nomadic Tents, is giving the Nomadic Entrepreneurial Award to the student in hotel management with the best entrepreneurial skills. And this gift goes to Jainita Lahman Patel. Although she's out of the country, the parents are here, and I call upon the parents not to run, to walk, to come and receive the gift. The parents, come on, a big clap for them. These are the parents of Jainita, those of you who never knew. And if you want to remember how Jainita looks like, just look at the mother. The Southern Sun also gives an award to the winner of the student, hotel management student with the best entrepreneurial skills. And I'm now at this point asking again Miss Nancy Wakarindi to come and help give this award to the winner, Jainita Lahman Patel. Can you come back, please? Give them a big clap as they take it for their child. The Tamarind Culinary Award, which is given by the Tamarind Management, goes to the best overall HND student in international culinary arts. We would like to ask Mr. Louise Nyambiro to come and present that gift to the winner of this gift Thank you, sir. And the winner is, start coming, please. Victory Nyakio Nganga. And I'm also asking Mr. Nyambiro to remain there as he assists us to hand over rightly the Heritage Culinary Award together with the takeaway gift to one Victory Nyakio Nganga. I know the mother is shedding a tear, but it is true. The mother is also a former student of the director, Ambassador Mwakai Sio, and she's carrying a stick. That is a very special award which is being given now. I don't know what they are whispering, but I think I know. Oh my God. No tears. Thank you. Thank you. Pi Consultancy has also given an award to the HND, International Culinary Arts students, with the leadership qualities. I'm asking our consular, Mrs. Betty Makawiti, to come and help us to give this award to the winner. And the winner is, please run, Keith Amudava Mugarizi. Where are you? Keith, are you there? If you are not there, I'm asking our dean to pick up this gift on your behalf. And while the dean is picking up this gift, Tomans have also joined in to give a hamper. And I will also at this point bring before your presence the bank manager of I&M, who also gives a gift. Given an award to the International Culinary Arts student with the best creative pastry qualities. At this point, I'd like to request Mrs. Faith Githaiga to come forward and assist our guest of honor to give this award, which goes to one Moses Mulwa. I understand that when he creates a cake, it usually overtakes the appetite. Thank you. I now ask Madam Elizabeth Ngogi, who is the manager of the Kenya Commercial Bank, to step forward and assist our guest of honor to give an award to the International Culinary Arts student with the entrepreneurial skills. And that goes to a young lady called Mercy Radet. Mercy, run over. Together with that, also, I ask Josephine Akwedi, HR manager of Hemingway's, to come and support what the bank has done in giving an award to Mercy Radet. Oh. And I'm also asking if the general manager of Vet Lab Golf Club, are you there? There is an award which is a takeaway gift. They've decided also that it will go to Mercy Radet. You can understand why you need the bank. Raka Cheese have given an award to the International Culinary Arts student with the best technical skills in hot kitchen. Ms. Kalpa Padia will assist our guest of honor to give the award. And we are asking the winner, Victor Kevin Okoth. Victor Kevin Okoth. The GST Links Limited also thought it fit to give another takeaway gift to the same student, Kevin Victor Okoth. And those who know, I'm asking on behalf of GST Links, Mr. Mansour Jiwani, to come and help to give this award to Victor Kevin Okoth. That is the 10th award. That is the 10th award. The best overall student in food and beverage operations will also be gifted the Windsor Service Award. The general manager himself is present to award this gift. Mr. Vijay Krishan, I kindly request you to join us at the podium as we call upon Cecilia Nyambura Mburu. Cecilia Nyambura Mburu to receive this award. Those of you who don't know Cecilia, that's the one. I understand when she serves, nothing can go wrong. Weston Hotels have also given an award to the best food and beverage operations graduate in overall professional attitude. Mr. David Koskei is here to give this award to Nelly Achieng Diemo. Nelly Achieng Diemo. That is Mr. David Koskei right there. Anything, Weston, the Weston Hotel. Thank you very much. I also call upon Mr. Vincent Ngeno, Operations Manager of Kenneth Communications, to come and give a gift to the same winner, Nelly Achieng Diemo, a takeaway gift. The last gift goes to the student with the most industrious skill. This student is given by, this award is given by Farmer's Choice. And I'm asking our board member, Mr. Pedro Delgado, to help us give away this award. And the winner of this award is this is the last award. The winner of this award is King Daniel.
And one person I consider an eagle is our guest of honor today, James Ratos. James, please come over. And you are an inspiration to our students, and I hope that all of you students do learn from the example that James has set for you in his career in the industry. So on that note, I think it's only appropriate that we thank James by giving him a symbol of his own image. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much for all those who helped preside over the awards. But I think we need to acknowledge our graduates one more last time, isn't it? Can we ask them all to stand up? Please stand up if you got the stick. Kindly stand up if you got the stick. And let's give them a clap, gentlemen. Thank you very much. You may have your seats. a function of this nature cannot be done alone. And in life they say, we are never alone. So allow me to recognize some of the sponsors who have taken us through this day in no particular order. I want to acknowledge the Tamarind Group, Sarova Hotels, Le Roche, the Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers, Nomadic Tents, Justin Unit Solutions, Windsor Golf and Country Club, Weston Hotel, Heritage Hotel, NAS Airport, Kenya Hotel College, Dormans, Raka, Kenya's finest cheese, Pi Consultancy, our bankers, I&M Bank, Hemingway's Nairobi, Farmer's Choice, Kennet, KCB, Vet Lab. Did I mention Windsor? Yes. And Sarova Hotels I mentioned. Thank you very much. And please continue partnering with us as we move forward. As we come to a close, I'd like to invite one of the students just to come and give a vote of thanks. And that is Philip Agagriate.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm standing here today to give the vote of thanks to the various individuals and organizations that have made our ceremony this day a success. I will start by thanking our Director of Corporate Affairs for facilitating the Institute to have this function today. Special thanks to the many donors, sponsors, and associations who have donated prizes, cash, trophies, books, and other prizes in form of, These are all prizes that will help us, one second, there's a mistake here. These are all prizes that will help impact our lives in the future. All donors, we say thank you very much. And a special thanks to all our parents, guardians, and all of our current former students. Your support has been amazing. We cannot forget our teaching staff. Indeed, the whole faculty and support team who went through hard work, determination to manage us and to help bring us forward. We cannot directly forget our partners in the higher education sector who have directly or indirectly played a significant role in running the institute and ultimately assigning us to realize our objectives. We thank the government of Kenya for creating a very conducive study environment for our nation. Finally, I wish to thank all of our visitors, donors, parents, friends, staff, and students availing yourselves this afternoon for the graduation. It is your presence that has made the function more colorful. We thank all of you, and the Almighty God bless us. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of this ceremony, I feel it's important to give a small prescription of simple and yet powerful, effective sayings to the graduates as you prepare to join the world of work for your reference and retention. And it goes like this. Now, you have the stick, isn't it? So work hard. Work a little harder. May the stick help you to lower your temper a little. May the stick be a little flexible and creative for you. May you show a little more compassion. Give excuses a little less. Be a little more forgiving. Laugh a little louder. Move a little quicker. Speak a little gentler. And increase your effectiveness a little. Today, as I look at you, the end of the journey at IHTI ends now. And as you go home to celebrate, I invite you to take a good look at the person you have become. Think of all the goals that you have accomplished and all the obstacles that you have overcome. Most important, be proud of the person you are today. Not many people can say that they have made it this far. The time and effort each and everyone has put in bettering yourself will carry you forward and will hopefully inspire others. And ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of this function of the graduation of 2018, I pray that we meet again next year, if not here, but in the industry out there. Because it's only in this world that mountains never meet, but people do meet. And I would kindly request you to stand for the national anthem that binds us together. I request you to remain seated while the principal leads the VIPs for refreshments.